And whenever you have a brush, you have your brush controls, and I set the stabilizer to 20, but if I turn it back to global settings, that will put the power back up to the top here where it says global settings, and on 0, I can wiggle it up and down, I can write my name, and it follows my cursor very quickly. But if we increase it and we do the same, it should go a little slower so that my name doesn't come out quite as precise. It comes out more smoothly.
I'm glad you found that because mine was the same.
Oh, yeah, probably since last class, probably, yeah. So when do these come in helpful? When you're doing your sketching, usually with your pencil, I like to have it at 0 because then I get to make my strokes more precise. I get to make my curves just the way I want them. If I have it set up high and I want a specific curve, it might not come out that way because it's too busy smoothing it out to make it look pretty. Sketches are never meant to look pretty, so I don't ever bother using the stabilizer on that one. Depending on your computer speed also, sometimes if you have an older computer, it has a harder time using the stabilizer to smooth things out, so you might just want it at 0 because your computer can actually run Fire Alpaca better that way. So when I'm sketching, I like the 0. But then it's time to ink, time to make things look pretty. I switch over to my pen. That's when I'll usually switch my stabilizer also and set it anywhere from 20 to 40, just kind of depending on how much I want it to smooth mine out. And then when I try to make my more final shape or final lines, then I'll have that smoothing on there to help me out when I'm making beautiful, lovely hair like we were doing on that Pegasus the other day. And that smoothing will help me out. Remember, Control Z is our best friend. Fire Alpaca is great that you can go just back, all the way back to a clean paper if you need to. And we delved a little bit into layers, not too much, but you've done a lot with layers already. We know that when we have 2 layers and we've drawn, let's say, a circle on one of them and filled it with the paint bucket, a nice, easy, quick way to fill something. And we go up to our layer 2 and we do a thing called clipping. That will make it so that when I draw on layer 2, it won't go outside the pixels that have already been established on the first layer. If you take off that clipping, you can see where my original strokes actually went. But because I put on that clipping, it becomes just like locked into those pixels that are below. Let's say I don't want to add any more pixels. That's what the Protect Alpha is. So if I put the Protect Alpha on my layer 1 and I try to add to this circle or I tried to draw some more, I can't. But if I take it off, I can go ahead and do that. Whoop. And I can come back in color. And it'll be no problem. Why would you want to keep them separately like this? Why wouldn't I just draw these red lines right on the same layer? This gives you options to change the colors later. This is most important when you're doing your character design and you're not sure if you like the red lines. Maybe you want the red lines to be blue. So you're going to try it out by turning your color to blue. And remember, we have to go up into this upper corner. We can't just select it on the slider because if it's at black, doesn't matter if you're on red, pink, purple, blue, green, you will always have black. You have to get it up in that corner so that your colors actually change as you move your slider up and down. Let's say I want to make that blue. Nice, easy way is to turn on my Protect Alpha. That means I don't want any new pixels on this layer.
Wait, where did you Protect Alpha?
That's on the layer window.
Layer window. Oh, okay, Protect Alpha.
Protect Alpha. That means I don't want any new lines. We can head over to our paint bucket, and we could do it by hand. We could try to get our paint bucket, but it won't get every single line. But if you hit the Insert key on your keyboard, it will fill everything. Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Shortcut. Now what if we didn't have that Protect Alpha on and we hit Insert? The whole thing turns blue. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh well, Control Z. Phew!
Okay, now how did I get the whole thing to
You
turn
took
blue?
off
Oh,
Protect Alpha.
and then it's just clipping. So, oh,
Yeah.
I'm using the paint. Oh no, I can use insert, can't I? Yes. Oh, that was
So if
cool.
I take off my clipping, let's see what's actually on this layer. The whole thing is actually blue. But
Yes, it is.
I have clipped it to that shape below it. And if I had drawn something, oops, if I'm going to go back to my stripes. If I had those stripes and I wanted to change the color, maybe I want to change it to yellow. But I don't want to fill my whole thing. I want to protect what I have. Then I'm going to click that protect. And then when I hit the insert key, it'll only change what's already there.
Man, that's great.
Excellent. So let's use this on a real thing instead of a blob. To get rid of this, I think we can actually hit the delete key on a layer and it'll just clear it. My sister told me about that one, so no more of this trying to hit the trash button, making multiple layers and all that nonsense. Just hit the delete key, not backspace. Backspace doesn't work. Just the delete key and that'll clear your layer. So I'm going to go back to my layer 1. And
okay, I didn't get that to work.
Yours doesn't work on the delete key if you go to click your layer that you want to delete?
Oh, the layer's still there, it just emptied it out.
Yeah, just like cleaned it, like erased it.
Oh, it made it a new layer, right? Okay, got it. All right, I'm gonna undo that just for kicks. I just have been piling up the layers for each lesson.
Yeah.
Not that they're meaningful, but okay, now I have to be on this layer in order to draw. Okay, I'm ready to go forward. I understand. I will forget, but
that's okay.
I can hardly wait for Stephanie to arrive and we'll do it again.
Yeah, and then we'll do it again. That's right. So I am going to get black to draw with. I'm going to stay on my pen. And we are going to start using the shift key to make straight lines. So first I need a starting point. This is very much like when we're in class.
Okay, but another question. Now, when you go to get black,
yes,
I get black by hitting at the bottom corner, and it's not really black. It's 9, 10, 8 instead of 0, 0, 0 on the RGB. So how do you get black?
I drag it all the way down as far into the corner as I can.
Oh, that worked.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. Now we both have black. What are we going to do?
We're going to dot. And then when we hold down the shift key, you'll notice this line appears.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It should radiate off of that dot, and that's going to allow us to draw a straight line. I'm going to do that top diamond of a cube that we do in class sometimes. I'm holding shift the whole time. I'm going to sketch out my diamond here. Doesn't have to be perfect, something like that.
Yeah, okay, I did that.
Then I'm going to get the paint bucket. And this one I do have to click on it because we're making new pixels. Can't use the insert key or it'll turn your whole thing black. Can't put on protect because then it won't fill the thing we want to fill. So this one we do have to touch ourselves. Then I'm going to get my pencil again. You can either just press the B key, B for Betsy, on your keyboard, or you can go back up and click on your pencil.
So I use the pen. Am I going to get in trouble?
Oh, no, that's fine.
All right, I'll use the pencil this time.
Yeah, this is just practice, so it won't matter.
Okay.
If I hit shift right now, I can see my line is coming from the top of my diamond. I don't want that. I want it to come from this bottom point. So I just have to tap and in there a little bit, and now it'll start from where I want it to start. And there's one line to the side of my cube. Then I'm going to go more or less over to that side and connect this up into one side of my cube. Then same problem, if I just keep holding down shift, it's going to come from this side, but I want to go work on the other side, so I have to come back over here and make a dot where there's already black. so that it will start from where I want it to start.
That worked. Oh yeah.
I'm going to get my paint bucket again. And again, if I try to hit the insert, it'll turn the whole thing black. I don't want that. If I hit the protect alpha, it won't work. So I have to just click inside, get my box. Maybe your corners are a little bit bumpy like mine. Let me.
I hit inside and it turned most of my paper black. So I must have a hole in there somewhere.
Yeah, there must be.
Oh, I got a hole. I see it. All right, I fixed my hole.
If I want to turn my pen or pencil into an eraser, I just have to hit that little checkerboard for transparency, and I can clean up any corners that I don't like. I'm going to name this layer box just so that I know what it is.
So when I could do a little close-up of my box, there's actually this teeny little bunch of white dots along the side of the vertical lines.
You can go to your paint bucket again, and then at the top where it says expand by 1 pixel, 2 pixels, 0 pixels.
Yep.
That's how much it's going to bleed into those white areas. So increase that number.
All right, but I haven't got anything. So should I select all?
No, you don't have to select all. You can just click on your box again. And because
click
it'll
on-
expand by 1 pixel, it should cover up those little white ones.
Okay, but when I go up to the, if I go up there to the select thing where I can see the expand, it's grayed out
Oh,
because I haven't got anything selected.
can I see your screen? Maybe? Let me stop sharing mine. Hi, Mickey.
Hi.
Okay, am I sharing now? Hi, Mickey. How am I? Oh, I have to hit this and that and that.
Yeah.
So then I go up here and I hit the select and expand is.
Oh, not that one. That one's different. Go ahead and get your paint bucket tool.
Oh, paint bucket tool.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll change the options on your top bar there, and one of it says expand by 0.
Oh, look at that. So now I want to expand by a couple, maybe.
Yeah, and then just click on again. Whoops. Well, because you're on.
Oh, I had it on erase.
Thank goodness for Control Z.
Bingo.
Bingo bango.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll share mine.
I'm all worn out from that.
Oh, it's a lot. Okay, so then on this layer 2, I want to color the top of my box a color. Doesn't matter what color, I'll use yellow. And because we have the clipping on, not the Protect Alpha, just the clipping, I can use my straight lines again here at the top of my box and color in the top.
Now how you created a new top there.
I did create a new layer.
Okay, yellow.
Clipping.
Yellow and new layer. Now I'm going to just draw the 2 lines using my shift. Because I'm so clever. And then how am I going to, and then do I go to paint bucket to fill it in?
You get the paint bucket and just click on the
Paint,
top.
fill. Oh, okay, I'm with you.
All right. Then we're going to get a new layer. We'll call this the side R for side right. It is also going to be clipped because we want to color this side. You can pick another color. I think I'll pick pink just because I can. Gotta go back to my drawing tool and we'll try it again, holding shift, going more or less from top to bottom. Get that paint bucket and bloop it in there.
Okay, so now when I did that, that didn't work quite the way I wanted it to. I hit shift and of course it started at the old place and I had to stay in the black because I hit inside the yellow and that didn't work. I had to hit inside the black. Okay, I've got my
bottom corner here, especially because that one won't bleed into the yellow.
Right.
So from bottom to top if it's easier. We'll get that in there. And you can see on mine, I went a little bit too far and I got into the yellow. I just take my pencil, turn it to checkerboard so I can erase and just get rid of that little bit there. Let's say it covers up, it goes off my center line and is crossing too far over into the black. I can use that shift to erase also.
Oh, look at that.
And pop it back over. Or if it's easier, I can just get my move tool, hit Control T for transform, and it will let me adjust this side to side. You might have a little bit of weirdness happening at the top there, but you can also just maneuver it that way.
Okay, wait a minute here. Control, now what tool you have on? Doesn't matter.
Move tool.
Move tool.
Yep, little black with the up and down arrows.
Control T. And now I can do things. Oh, whoa. Oh, yeah.
When you get it the way you like it, you just hit enter. And it will make those permanent.
Yes, and if you don't hit enter, it won't.
Back. Yeah. It'll be like a cancel, yeah.
I have learned that.
So then we're going to do it one more time. We're going to get a new layer. We'll call this one side L. I like making capital L's because sometimes I can't tell if it's an uppercase I or a lowercase L. I need to clip that one. And because the other two are already defined, the only thing left is this side, so I can pick another color and just pop it in there. Oops. But you notice my checkerboard is hit, so it's not doing anything. I got to click on my green.
Okay. I'm not sure, but mine isn't working. I try something else. That worked. Okay.
All right. So now we have made our first art without lines. Whoa! So this is actually the very first step into digital painting, where you will create the silhouette first, and then you'll start defining the edges on the inside with separate layers rather than with lines. So let's make this a little bit more, not realistic, but a little bit more naturalistic at least. I'm going to pick one of these colors that I like the best. Let's say I like the green the best. And I want to indicate a light source. We've done a little bit of this in class before. So I'm going to need 3 shades of green. So on the box layer here, there's one of my greens. The shadow side needs to be a darker value. So I'm going to drag this down and make it a darker green. That's going to be my shadow color. And then I also need a highlight color, which is going to be lighter, less saturated, so kind of near the white corner. And I'll put that in there. So I have my 3 colors, and I want the top to be the lightest, so I'm going to go to my top layer. And I don't want to add any more pixels, so I'm going to protect the pixels that I have with Protect Alpha. Let's say I accidentally picked another color. I'm going to get my eyedropper by holding down Alt and clicking on the color that I want. And then I can either use the paint bucket or insert and turn that top a different color.
Ah, okay.
I'll try it again with my darker shade. I want to turn the right side to that darker shade. I'm just going to go to that layer. Got to make sure I protect my pixels and then insert. Ooh, that looks so much better.
Huh. How about that?
Very cool. So we're going to add one more thing, and then hopefully Stephanie will get here and we can move on to our character drawing. But I want to add a cast shadow. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. I'm going to get a new layer, call it shadow. And I am going to get my pencil tool again, or pen tool, doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter. We're going to change that later anyway. And whoops, I want it to start from underneath the box here, so I can just draw anywhere in there. And I'm just going to draw a shadow. Oops, but because my draw now? No. Oh, because it's clipped. I don't want it clipped. There we go.
Oh, look at that! Now, what did you? Oh, okay, you drew some lines first.
Yeah, I didn't actually want that. Let me get it unclipped so we can see what I'm doing. There we go. That's what we want. We want a shape. Fill it in. Color doesn't matter. We're going to change that. But I do want it on the shadow layer. I want it to be different than my box layer.
And okay, I'm not. All right. All right, so I've got it. It's the same color as that dark side.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to pick a dark gray, not green at all. I'm going to move it over to that left side so it's just gray. And I'm going to take the tool below the paint bucket, our gradient tool. And I'm going to drag from the base of the square to the top of my shadow here this way. And that happens. Why?
Ooh,
because
it isn't.
I didn't protect alpha. I'm going to click protect alpha and do that again. Whoops.
Oh, look at that.
And that shadow will have a little bit of a fade to it, which is kind of cool.
Okay, mine has a lot of fade to it. Can I change how much fade? I just, it should be a darker gray. Ooh.
Yep, and keep pulling in different directions until the shadow kind of looks like you want it to look.
Yeah. Oh, wow, now that's good. And so you drag it beyond the edge and you get rid of the white part of it entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
And
that was fun.
you can do this to each side of the box if you like. You can protect alpha on this top part. Let's say there's a shinier part over here and then it turns, whoops, wrong layer. Turns into more of a light hitting that one corner and then it fades to this other corner.
Okay, now wait, we go to that layer, we protect alpha, and we are using this tool, so I don't have to do anything. The tool is black. Do I want to change the color of the tool to the top color?
I have the color set to the top color, which you can.
Okay, I nodded. And then I want the lightest part to be out there, so I'll start here and nothing's happening. Oh, because that's not. What tool am I using? Oh, that tool right there.
The gradient tool, fading tool.
That didn't work. Oh, I know, I'm on the wrong side. Let's go to Now, let's see how that works. Yeah. I think I'll go way out. I'll go a little less farther out. Yeah. All right. I did that.
One more time to this medium green side. I'm going to hit Alt and get my color. Then I'm going to come up here and click on my white square because I don't want the other color to be white. I want the other color to be a slightly different green.
Ooh.
Do the same thing, make sure it's protected. Oops, get on the right layer. And then you can drag it around until you've got the darker side near the center crease and the lighter side on that side. It's starting to get really 3D now.
All right, I'm on that layer. It is Protect Alpha. I want this tool, and I'm not sure how. I want that top corner still is going to be the light one.
In general, whatever color is on top is where you start the line. So if I drag it from this edge to the center, it starts dark to light.
Okay.
But if I switch my colors up here and do the exact same thing, the colors switch. So whichever color's on top, that's the one you'll start with.
Oh, okay. That is sort of how it works.
Excellent. Well, it's already 4:30, so I'm afraid we will have to go onward.
Yeah, let's go onward, even though I would love to go over this all again, but maybe next week.
Yeah, we can go over it again next week. So you can either collapse all your layers, delete them, or you can just close the whole file and get a new one. We're just going to start with a brand new piece of paper. Not save that. Okay. So last week we voted on which character we should get, and we should draw today, and we voted on Garnet, even though Stephanie's not here. She's the one who voted for it. I think Michaela did too. But I'm going to open up our reference picture. Actually, let me go ahead and see if I can share it. Let me stop sharing the screen for a second. I can share the reference picture with you, and then you can learn how to import as a layer or use it in the reference window. Chat file.
Okay, I kind of missed a bit of that, but I'll catch up.
Yeah, give you a file. That's our next step. I'm going to give you a file. It'll be in the chat box.
Now, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the chat box.
Look at the chat box. There should be a file called stevenuniverse.jpg.
Yeah.
You're going to download that to your computer.
All right. Steven, download. Put it on my desktop. Sure, that'll be good. All right, he's on my desktop.
All right. Then we're going to go up to our FireAlpaca window menu and open up the reference window.
There's a thing called a reference window. Oh, that's in the window?
Yeah, in the window menu, there's one that says.
Oh, they have a reference menu.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, where is it? Oh, it's way down at the bottom.
Navigator. Mine's down here with my navigator. I can switch between the two.
Okay, I see it, and it's blank.
Yep. So we're going to click on that little piece of paper that looks like a new layer for our reference, and it says import from file.
Oh my God, this is so amazing.
Go over to our file, import that, and now we can see it without it actually being on our paper. Michaela uses it all the time. It's so great, right, Michaela?
That's news. That's cool.
Totally cool. So then we're going to go back to our layer window and our main piece of paper, and we need a sketch layer. So I'm going to change the name of my layer 1 to sketch or draw or whatever you do for your main drawing layer. You can pick a color that you like to sketch in. I like either blue or red. I click on blue. I prefer the pencil, but you can draw in pen if you like. And I'm going to set my size to maybe around 10. Maybe a little bigger so it's easier to see. 20. Yeah, it's better. There's our character, Garnet, and she has very big poofy hair, but we're going to concentrate on the circle that we know exists way in her cranium and start with that circle. So I'm going to go around and around and around. Size doesn't really matter because we can change it whenever we want in digital art. And I'm going to give this circle a nose line, a center line, and she's looking to our right. Or he, I don't know, I don't watch the cartoon. And also looking up. So I'm going to curve the eye line up. I'm going to go ahead and add that square chin. So I'm going to come straight down on both sides. And where these two lines cross, that's where I'm going to stick the nose. I'm just going to go with an oval for right now. Tell me that's where the nose goes.
I can't tell whether if it's my ears going out or the computer because I can barely hear you guys.
You can barely hear us.
Yeah, and I put my computer up to full volume.
I don't think I have control over my microphone volume, but I will see what I
Yeah,
can
I have no idea.
next week. When we do her sunglasses, we'll use our straight lines for the final line, but for right now, I'm just concentrating on getting the shape. So I want to just sketch out that her sunglasses kind of go something like this. Kind of a big W. Oh no, actually it's straight across there. Just kind of flesh out those glasses and make them precise later. And when I'm sketching digitally, and let's say I'm getting too many lines and it's getting confusing, I just switch my color. I just make it a darker version of the color I'm using. Go back over it. Nobody's going to see these lines later anyway. And that'll clarify things for me. Then a mouth. We've got a happy open mouth, little half circle. Oh, kitty!
We have Wallace here.
Oh, it's Wallace. Oh. I don't really mind if the lines don't connect fully or anything like that. I'm looking for expression, the feeling. Does this feel happy and excited? I see there's a little bit of a tilt in the mouth. I'm going to come in with my eraser and kind of tilt that more. We've got some teeth in there, very rounded, no vampire fangs. And a little bit of a tongue at the bottom. And then there's a very, very skinny neck. And then we're going to go over that great big hair that's pretty much a rounded square. just so we're not drawing a decapitated head, there is a little bit of clothing that we can see, or armor. Just this rounded, lighter pink shape in the middle. And maybe some shoulder pads. And if your character isn't off the paper by now, you can always grab the move tool and just move your drawing until she is. Where are...
How did you do that? Oh, just the move tool will do
Yep,
that?
move tool move.
I don't even need to select it. Oh, how easy is that?
Yeah. And then I think we're ready to go to final line. So I'm going to make a new layer. Call this one lines. Switch over to my pen tool because now I'm serious about doing my line. Set that to 20. On your reference picture, there's little magnifying glasses so you can get closer to your reference if you want to see just like the detail of the nose and mouth, like I'm about to do. But you do have to switch over to the navigator when you want to get closer to your drawing.
So how did you get closer to your reference?
The reference, you have to be on the reference window and use the magnifying glass.
Oh, the old-fashioned way to do
Yeah,
it.
but on the navigator.
I can't actually see much right now, but hey. We're just gonna have a little, we're gonna make out a little bit here. You go right ahead.
Keep going. Catch up. So here's
Go ahead, I'll catch up.
on my desk, I'm gonna lighten it up. Did you say something, Michaela?
Oh yeah, I can still barely hear you, but that just might be on my side because I have like a really old computer.
Possibly.
And also I've just been having ear problems.
Because I don't think Crystal mentioned anything about me being hard to hear on her end.
No, the hearing is the same for me as it always is, usually.
So I'm going to use my stabilizer now and get my final lines going. In traditional drawing, we tend to take our eraser and use the line that we have and kind of model it and go. In digital, it's more like you're button mashing all the time, just Control Z. Did that one work? Nope, Control Z. Try again. That's all right. Then move to the next line. Nope, don't like that. Try it again. One little tip I use in my drawings is I will get a temporary new layer so that I can draw the full sweep. And then when I like the line that I have, let's say I want that line, and it's not quite in the right place, I can move it around without moving line art. I can get anything here. And then even when I come back to erase, I don't have to worry about erasing the lines I want to keep because they're on a different layer. As soon as I like it, I hit Control E, or you can hit these little arrow facing down layers and it'll merge them again so now I only have one lines layer again. I'll do the same thing, get a new layer while I draw the tongue. Let's say I make a beautiful curve, but it's in the wrong spot. Well, now I can just move it to where I want it to be. Come back and erase. And Control E to flatten. Glasses. I'm noticing that the outline on the glasses is a different color than the rest. So I might want to do this on a different layer and call this sunglasses. It looks like a dark magenta. So that when I use my line tool, it'll be in that color. And lines for the lips. going to back up a little bit so I can do the head. There actually are no lines, just black against the skin color. So I don't have to do that. I'll do the hairline. And then on my reference, the face line just comes out of the sunglasses and goes right into the neck there. So I can just go ahead and draw a line. I notice now her hair is a little off because there's a lot of black on mine or on the reference and not on mine. So let me just adjust that. I can leave the lines because they're going to be black anyway. And from the glasses, okay. Don't need too much.
Wow.
We just get rid of our sketch, delete. Nice clean drawing. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in her hair black. Oops.
Whoa.
Go back to our close the gap. That work? Yeah.
Now, what did you do right there?
Yeah, I've never used this feature before, but I heard about it. So when we were talking about how there's a leak in your lines don't connect anyway. Fire Alpaca has this tool up here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me drag it down. To close the gap, and you can close it by 1 pixel. I think that's what these plus signs mean. 1 pixel, 2 pixel, 3 pixel.
Oh.
If there's a 3 pixel gap, just pretend like it's connected so that it'll stop the flow. In fact, let's try this out. If I have a circle that has a tiny little gap, let's get closer to that so we can see it. All right, definitely a gap. And if I get the paint bucket and say don't use this feature, it should leak out.
And it did.
If we say close the gap by a couple of pixels, it should stay inside. So that's another lovely feature. You don't have to go hunting around your line work to make sure it's all connecting.
That's powerful.
That's a big one, yeah. So I've got the black hair, and let me go back to my reference. That's number 2.
Inside her mouth.
Oh yeah, inside the mouth. So then a nice easy way to make sure you're getting the colors of the character is you can use this little paint dropper right on the reference
Oh my
and just
God.
pick the exact same color. Come back over to your drawing and click it on in there. And repeat with the skin color. Click it in there. Body color, might weaken that shoulder pad, that's okay, I'll fix that in a minute. And the yellow. So fast. Not to mention, let's back up a little bit here. You can see this fading blue background. If I want to do that, I just have to get the darkest color at the top, switch my colors, get the lighter color at the bottom, give myself a new layer, call this sky or background, put it below all of my other layers so that the blue doesn't cover up. Get my little gradient fading tool, pull that. Now I've got a sky in the back, but you'll notice the mouth has blue teeth now. We'll fix that. Get that white color, that in. Whoops, and now you see how it's paying attention.
Yeah, what's that about? Oh, it's going through the fading.
Going through the fading colors. If you don't want that to happen, right up here where it says canvas, we're going to switch that to layer. That tells it, don't pay attention to your entire canvas, only pay attention to what's on this layer. So on this layer, if I took off these, that's what it sees now. So it'll just pay attention to my black lines when I click this. I'm going to get that tone color, put that in the tone. And we're almost done early because digital is just so fast.
Okay, you got to do that cute thing right there on the glasses.
Yep, this is just like what we did in the boxes. I've got an overall shape and I want to color part of it. I'm going to get my, oh, I didn't put it on a different layer though, did I? Nope, I didn't. Okay, well, that's an easy fix. All I have to do is go over to my magic wand, click on my yellow. I'm going to cut that, Control X, get a new, oh no, I think I just paste. Control V paste, it's on a new layer. Crisis averted. So now I can protect it because I don't want any new pixels getting here. I can get my pencil and do my straight line thing. Whoops. I don't want it to start there, so I have to start it there. Maybe cross over that much. Fill it in.
Oh, look at that.
And let's back it up here. And let's say you want it to be a square. You don't want it to be this rectangle. Get your dotted line tool and say you want your image to be that big because you want to put it on Instagram, so it has to be a square. You go to edit, crop. Are you sure you want to crop it? Yes, I'm sure I want to crop it. And turn into a square.
Okay, you went too fast like on the second half of the lesson.
Got through that super quick.
I'm sorry
It's
not
fine.
to be-
It's
I'm sorry
Walt-
that I
it's-
interrupt a lot. I just straight up can barely hear anyone right now.
I wonder why. Are you on a different computer?
No, it's the same computer I always use.
And your volume is up as high as it'll go?
Yeah.
Stephanie.
You got 7 minutes, right?
I think maybe it's just like this computer is just old and the stereo is failing.
I think you need a new computer anyway so that we can see you.
That's true.
No, we don't. We already have enough problems, man. Our dishwasher is broken. Our microwave is broken.
The fix list.
Oh dear.
Hi, Stephanie. Glad you could make it.
It was a struggle.
So should I start from the beginning?
No, but next week we should do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Because I only got as far as my sketch. I have my lines, but then the cat arrived and
Yeah, then the cat arrived. I understand that one. Well, let me give you guys a quick little poll to see who will be drawing next week.
yeah.
Kristen, it just got worse after I talked to you. I came home, the trash can had been knocked over, the dogs had disemboweled the trash can bags.
Oh my
I
goodness.
sound like Michaela, I know, huh? Boy, it's one of those days, Michaela.
Oh boy, some of these are hard. Oh, this.
Oh, please, Kristen.
That
It
was
says,
easy.
it says,
Just getting right on there.
I had to get down to that one before I realized what I was voting for. But you all know what I voted for.
me too. I voted for the kitten too.
All right, looks like we'll be drawing Figaro from Disney's Pinocchio next week.
Oh.
Well, I will see you guys over.
Okay, I just gotta know you guys. I'm not gonna show up for the next class. Also, sorry, I didn't mean to not show up for Friday. It's a bunch of stuff happened Friday.
That's okay. Life happens.
We
Why-
missed you.
Showing up for the next class. We're
Oh,
here now. We made it this far.
Too far.
Yeah, you know, like I have computer problems. Also,
Yeah,
Like-
it took me 3 tries to get into this Zoom today. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man, maybe it's this. I don't know.
Okay.
Crazy day for sure.
See you in a few.
See you guys.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Kristen.